Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Hello and welcome to the workshop. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you very, very much. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, especially if you love sneakers, because we upload a lot of sneaker videos. Buckets, please define a lot.
Almost every single day.
Almost every single day. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Mr. Former Simpson. When I am not in this illustrious, did I put a T on the end of that? I did not mean to do that.
You did.
This illustrious waterfall of sneaker boxes. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Mr. Former Simpson. Last thing I want to mention before we dive into today's sneakers, the t-shirt that I'm currently wearing. It is the Uncivilized Vinsanity t-shirt. Buckets, who is behind the camera, and myself, we have a clothing brand. This was our latest release. We dropped the t-shirt on July 4th. They did sell out, but we just restocked a very small amount that are available on the website right now as we speak. Made in the USA, premium quality, the whole shebang. We will put a link in the description of this video, uncivilizedstore.com. For your convenience, you can grab one if you are interested. And with that said, Buckets, it's time to get the life test. It's time to get it on. You know, we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. If there are bad and ugly with these, I'm really not sure. Are you excited?
Sure.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, bang, bang. This is the Air Jordan 3 reimagined after 4 months of wearing. That's right. 120 days straight in this sneaker. No exaggeration. That is one of the reasons these life test videos are so much more difficult to put together for us than a regular review that we do, because in order to really do a life test, you gotta really wear them. And we certainly did that with this pair. So for starters, let's talk about the cost. As most of us know, sneakers have gotten very expensive, and that's just talking about the retail side of it. When you factor in resale prices, things have gotten even more expensive. So these retailed for $210. They did sell out right away, but the resale prices really aren't astronomical. Relatively speaking, my size 13 always tends to be a little bit more pricey as far as resale goes. And I think my size right now is going for about $300. I feel like very rarely anymore do we see the sneakers that resell for 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 times what the retail price was. And a couple years ago, 3, 4, even 5 years ago, we were seeing that all the time. So things have cooled down a little bit, and I like that. $50, $100 over retail. Are they worth that? That's up to you. In my opinion, yes. I think this is one of the few sneakers that you could wear every single day. So I think you can really get your money's worth out of them. They're easy to wear. You can match them with pretty much anything, and they are a lot more comfortable, in my opinion, than most other Jordan retros out there. And that is worth mentioning, especially in an update video like this one. One of the most important aspects of a sneaker is, how do they feel? Do they get more comfortable? Do they get less comfortable? Take the Adidas Ultra Boost, for example. Really, really comfortable sneaker, but they actually get less comfortable as you wear them and as that cushioning kind of starts to bottom out. These are not that way. Also, let me just throw this out there. I'm not comparing the comfort on these to the comfort of an Ultra Boost. My only point is these actually get more cozy and more comfortable as you wear them, as you break them in. Now, I love this sneaker a lot. Full disclosure, I love, when I say love, Buckets, I mean, put like a little reverb on that. I love, like maybe cue some Adele music up.
Not gonna do that.
Some fireworks in the background.
Not gonna do that either. No.
Okay, fair enough. I think you could argue that the Jordan 3 is, if not the best sneaker of all time, it is certainly up there towards the top. It is definitely in the discussion. And this colorway is really just a new twist on a super classic. the white cement. But I also think with that new twist, with these pre-aged colorways that we're seeing a lot these days, they look good when you wear them and when you beat them up a little bit, because it almost adds to the aesthetic. It almost adds to the whole feng shui of the colorway. You know, when a sneaker already looks aged, when it already has that worn vibe to it, you don't need to take a toothbrush and scrub every morsel of dirt off after you wear them. You know, some toe box creases, they don't matter as much. And I think the Jordan 3 in general is a sneaker that looks good with wear, but man, this colorway, buckets, mutabella.
Mutabella.
You know what I will say, wearing a sneaker and them looking better, it's not always the case. The pair that I bring up a lot that I don't like how they look with wear is the Air Force One. Great sneaker, all-time classic, but man, a dirty, creased up pair of Air Force Ones is not my vibe at all. Buckets, you got the toe that starts to curl up. It's not a good look. You know, an example for me personally is the Air Force One linen. It is one of my favorite Air Force Ones of all time. Love, love, love them. But I cooked my pair and they looked so much better fresh out of the box than they do now. So it's not like I'm one of these guys that always likes how a beat up pair of sneakers looks, but I do think it works for the Jordan 3 and I do think it works for this colorway specifically. Now, you know, when we do these videos, we try to give you the pros and the cons, but I don't really have a con with this sneaker. I don't really have a negative aspect. Maybe, Buckets, if we're nitpicking, you can jump in, by the way. We can tag team it in. You can come off the top rope with the flying clothesline.
Okay, I'm ready.
Do you have, you know, you are the sneaker grouch.
I don't think so.
You're resisting that title.
For sure.
Is there a negative aspect to this sneaker? I have one little nitpick that I can maybe add.
Generally, no, for me.
For me either. The one thing I will say, I talked about how they look good with wear, yada, yada, yada. The white ankle liner. I love how the leather looks, everything. But something about that white ankle liner, when it gets dirty and dingy, not the best is what I'll say. But again, that is super, super nitpicking. Outside of that, the sneaker has held up really well, not just looks wise, but it's a well-made sneaker. There's no loose stitching, there's nothing coming undone, and I know it's only been 4 months, but you would be surprised. I've worn sneakers and after a month, after 2 months, because I'm really wearing them. Like I'm wearing them. A little stitching starts coming off the toe, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. These have held up well. And the Jordan 3, again, just generally speaking, it is a tank of a sneaker. So overall, it's just hard to find anything wrong with these. If I had to pick one Jordan sneaker that released this year, if I could only buy one pair, if I could only wear and have one pair, it would 100% be these. You can see there's some pretty nasty heel drag on the sneaker, but that's just because I wear them loose. And Buckets, apparently I walk with a lean.
I guess so.
I got that, you know, maybe it's like, you know, just like a smooth lean.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cue the Adele music up.
I know, we can't play Adele.
Cue the fireworks. Final verdict on these is 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. If you do not have a pair of Jordan 3s, I suggest grabbing a pair at some point. You will not be disappointed. They are as good as advertised and maybe even a little better. That's my story, Buckets. How you feel about these?
I really like them.
10 out of 10. Jordan 3s, there's something about them.
Well, no, I don't like a lot of Jordan 3s.
You're a Jordan 4 guy.
Yeah, but I mean, I love these and I love Jordan 3s, but some Jordan 3s are very bad.
So Jordan 3, putting it up on the pinnacle, on the tippy top of the sneaker mountain, you're not doing it.
As far as what goes? Like the best one, number one?
Yeah.
No.
Tippy top. Is it in the discussion?
I think it could be in the discussion.
All right. 10 out of 10.
Definitely a 10 out of 10. These are a 10 out of 10.
They've held up fantastic. Leave a comment below. Let us know, how do you feel about the Jordan 3? How do you feel about this colorway specifically? If you have a pair of these or just a pair of Jordan 3s, how has your pair held up? Do you agree with me or disagree with me as far as the Jordan 3 being a sneaker really at the top of the list of sneakers in general, but also sneakers that look good with wear? I think the Jordan 1 and the Jordan 3 are at the top of that list for me personally. Leave a comment below. Let us know how you feel. Always love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. You are very, very appreciated. We will be back tomorrow, mañana. Same time, same place, right here at the workshop with a brand new sneaker for your head top. I got nothing else. Buckets, anything from you?
No.
Had to do it. Adios.